How you doing? How you doing, man? Welcome to another episode. I put you on game, man. I have another special guest for me. She's beautiful. She's so kind-hearted, and she's an upcoming graphic designer. And I hope y'all get to love her like the way I do, man. I know her as Yam. I call her Yams, but her real name is Yemaya, man.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, man? What you been up to? I ain't seen you in forever.
Working. That's it. Adulting. It's crazy.
I think last time I seen Joe, I think we was in high school. Yeah, we was in high
Yeah,
school.
like 15, 16?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. So tell the audience about yourself, man.
Well, I am a graphic designer and painter from Atlanta, based in Atlanta. I've been painting since 2016, and I've been doing graphic design since 2018. Since 2018. Since then, I've just been doing art, making designs, chilling. So far, I've just been chilling. Like, I guess I'm under construction right now.
Oh, for real? Oh, so you got any siblings?
I have one brother. He's my half brother. He's older than me by many, many years. But he's my brother. He's my brother.
Your voice just so soft, like it's just so like it's just real, like brother, he's other than me.
It's just how I talk. Oh my god.
It's just so soft. I'm afraid the audience ain't gonna hear your ass.
Oh my god.
Oh man, so what high school you went to, man?
So I went to Campbell High School in Smyrna. I'm from Atlanta, the actual Atlanta, but
okay.
I was born in the West End.
West End, okay.
But my mom moved to Smyrna when I went to high school. So I went to Campbell. I was there all 4 years and I graduated. And college. I went to college.
So you went to Campbell. That's in Smyrna, ain't it? You said it's in Smyrna.
Yeah.
So what kind of experiences did you learn out there going to Smyrna?
Well, growing up, like elementary school, middle school, I went to predominantly black schools. Smyrna was more mixed. So I was around more, the Caucasian, the Hispanic community, and that kind of opened my eyes to, like, I guess, new cultures, new experiences. I learned about, not all black people are African American. Some of them are Caribbean, some of them are African. And I learned a lot. I took accelerated classes, kind of, but I was lazy. I had senioritis.
I think we all had, goddamn.
Yeah, but I had senioritis freshman year. So all 4 years was senioritis. But I learned how to push myself and how to, like, pace myself. Didn't learn how to study. But I feel like that's what happens when you take accelerated classes. Like, you don't really learn how to study. Like, if you're gifted and talented your whole life, you don't really, like, learn how to study. But I learned a lot of other things, like life, how to, like, be more expressive, how to communicate better. I took a technical theater class that really taught me, like, life stuff. The teacher was really cool, Mr. Jordan. He was nice. He was so cool. That's my favorite. That's my highlight of my high school year. Was technical theater.
I'm sorry, your voice just it just cracking me up. I'm sorry, go ahead though. I'm listening to you.
But yeah, I mean, that's basically it.
Oh, okay. So did you go to college?
Yes, I went to Valdosta State.
Valdosta State. I think my cousin went out there.
I went there for 2 years, and then I changed my major and went to Georgia State.
So how was it like changing your major?
Well, I was a physics major for freshman year and sophomore year, and I didn't like it. Like, I didn't know what to do with it. Like, I didn't know what to do with my degree because I didn't really want to be a physicist for real. Because that requires more schooling, and I already didn't like school.
Right.
So it's like, I want to do something that I can start immediately and, like, enjoy. Like, I can see myself doing it for the rest of my life. So Like I would literally skip my classes
Mm-hmm.
to paint,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I decided to change my major to art sophomore year.
Mm.
And I took a semester off, but I kept one class because I had to, like, you know, I didn't want to get kicked out the dorms.
Yeah,
So
right.
I kept one class and I worked, and then the next semester I started art, and it was really fun. And then that's when I wanted to do graphic design.
Hold on. Okay, hold on, okay. Hold on.
But that's when I transferred, basically.
Okay, that's when you transferred to graphic design. So
And transfer schools too.
you transfer schools. Oh, so when you transfer schools, that's when you change your major to as well.
So yeah,
Okay.
I transferred to Georgia State,
Okay.
and that's where I graduated from.
You know, but a lot of people do that. A lot of people when they go to school, they always change their major. Like, was that tough for you doing that?
It was, cause you know you gotta get your family involved,
Mm-hmm.
and then you don't really know if like it's gonna work out, cause you started one way and now you feel like you're behind.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really want to, like, I don't know. It's like you're kind of, I don't know the word for it. Like you're just scared, like that things are gonna like go wrong.
Mm. You fear. It's a lot of fear in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Definitely gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is getting my life together like too late. So like transferring schools, or you know, starting a career.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like, you know, I don't want to start something and then have to switch it up, and then you start from ground zero.
Mm-hmm.
And you start your career at 30. So I don't want to like start too late and then have to like play catch up, or like procrastinate for 3 years and then have to do the bulk of my work in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm kind of a late bloomer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always been like in the back of my mind, like, am I doing this too late, or am I taking my time and making sure things are right? But it's always in the back of my mind, like, okay, you need to like do it now. You can't wait.
I mean, everybody take off at the right time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people are early bloomers. Some people are late bloomers. You know, you never know when it's your time. So I suggest, you know, you stay down till it's your time. So I don't think just because you're a late bloomer that means you get your life together too late. I mean, it happens when it happens. You know what I'm saying? You can't never prepare for it for certain situations. You know, everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. But speaking of just beyond fear, you know, I did a video on fear on my Instagram. So you want to tell me your thoughts on that?
Yes, I liked when you said about like taking risks.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's the moment that my life has been in, becoming an adult, like taking risks. So like changing my major was taking a risk. Like straying away from painting was taking a risk. But I think that that's necessary. Like I feel like fear is like a drug, and a lot of people are addicted to fear. So it's like it keeps people stagnant. And my thing with risk is like you can take a risk, and if you fail, you are only where you started. So either you can not go anywhere and be where you started because you never moved, or you can fail at a risk and be where you started but learned a lesson, like know what not to do. So I think taking risks is important, and fear holds a lot of people back.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. So I'm gonna explain to y'all my video on fear for the ones that didn't see it. You know, I explained the video on fear because a lot of us, we always think about the cons of the situation, whether it's relationship, entrepreneurship, whatever it is. We always worry about fear. We always worry about the wrong thing. When majority of the time, the pros outweigh the cons. Whether it's we get in a relationship because we scared we'll get our heart broken, we scared that he or she gonna cheat on us, We're scared of just anything, whether it's moving out on your own, you're scared to pay your bills, you're scared to do that, but you don't understand the freedom of being on your own, being able to do what you want to do. You ain't got to answer the call, somebody call you. You ain't got to respond back to no text message, somebody text you. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. You want to walk around this bitch naked, you can do that as well. You can't do that once you're living with somebody. And entrepreneurship, I know I talked about that too with the best way to be an entrepreneur is to invest in yourself, man. Take your wins and losses as you go. You know, a lot of times we go to school for entrepreneurship, and going to school for entrepreneurship, we get in debt. You know, school is a business. Don't people understand that? School is a business. You go there, they teach you, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, that's cool. They give you a lot of powerful knowledge, right? But the things that you're going to really learn, experience is the greatest teacher. Anybody will tell you that. You actually investing in yourself and learning as you go will make you so much better. Because your failures will teach you how to win. You can't win nothing in life unless you have failed at least once. So that's why I said fear. We talk about fear, man, because it's important, and it holds a lot of us back. So that's just my thoughts on the whole situation when it comes to fear or whatnot. So, what's one thing you know now, Yemaya, that you wish you knew back then?
Well, for one,
you can give me multiple things too. If it's multiple things.
Okay. For one, things are temporary, and to not take things personal.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when I was younger, I didn't get mad a lot, but I would I was really sensitive, and then I'd mask it behind like nonchalance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. I never knew that.
But like,
y'all guys are always nonchalant.
I was really nonchalant, but it's like I would overthink things so much.
That's true.
And it's like if something happened to me or if someone was rude to me, I'd be like, oh, it's my fault, they hate me, blah blah blah. And now it's like, okay, the things that happen to you aren't you, like it's not your fault, like that's them. So they're probably having a crappy day, or they're probably like, going through a lot of stuff right now. So they're probably taking it out on you, but it's not you. Like, people are rude to me in the grocery store. Like, one girl was like, I ordered some turkey, and she like tossed my turkey at me. Like,
you talked to her.
Yeah. And I was like, why would she do this to me? But in the back of my head, I was like, no, she didn't do this to you. She just did it, and it just happened to be you that it happened to. Like, it's not personal. It's really just like whatever she's going through. That's her, like, that's her business to handle. She'll have to live with that, like how she's taking her own anger out on other people. But I can go on about my day and know that I wasn't rude back.
Right.
And I had a good day previous, and I can continue to have a good day afterwards. And like, things are temporary. Like, just because something bad happened to you now doesn't mean that it's gonna like carry on into the future. Like,
I like that.
Yeah, things can happen, but as long as you just like keep yourself alive, things will get better. Like, things will progress for you as long as you're doing your part and following your gut. And that's my third thing that I learned, was like following your instincts and following your heart. I would always like ask people, what do you think about this? But there will always be an answer before I ask people. Like, I already know what I want to do. So I should just not bring anyone into my situations and just follow my instincts. And so far, that's been working out very, very, very good for me. Like, following my instincts.
Sometimes following your heart gets you in trouble, though. It gets you in trouble,
Not on
though.
my side. Well,
it depends on the situation, I feel like.
It's about intention, really.
It is, though. Sometimes following your heart to a situation gets you in trouble. I think with your mind, you provide more of a logical perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With your heart, it's more emotional. There's more feelings involved.
But I feel like instincts in general is like the merge between your mind and your heart. Like, you can think logically, like you know what you should do.
Right.
And then your heart is like, okay, do it.
I like that.
Like the passion behind
just
your
do
logic.
Do it. Direct. Oh man, you're a fool, man. So now, okay, now we're about to get it. Now we can get into the graphic design. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of y'all folks coming up here thinking y'all can just switch over my episode, and switch on my podcast, and y'all want to switch on the sections. Now we are about to get into the graphic design. So, what made you want to be a graphic designer?
Well, truthfully, I'm a painter first.
Mm-hmm.
But when I changed my major, I remember the day vividly. I was with my friend Lonnie at Valdosta State,
Mm-hmm.
and we were in Palms, like the dining hall,
Mm-hmm.
and we were going through like different careers, trying to figure out like, cause you know the art degrees are so tricky. Like, it's kind of competitive, but it's also very subjective. Like art is very subjective. Like you never know who's gonna like your art, or why they like your art, or if they'll like your next piece. So art is very tricky to like, you know, there's ups and downs. But graphic design, it's like, it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like this bottle, graphic design. Like the hierarchy of fonts and the way things are composed onto things is very important. Like no one really appreciates how graphic design is. So I feel like it's my job to provide people with that importance. But yeah, at first I was gonna be an art curator. Then I wanted to work for a museum, but that's very hard because I have to get an art history degree, and I had an art degree, and I don't really like art history. So when I changed my major, I took a computers in art class, and that taught me everything I needed to know, like about basic graphic design, and I really enjoyed it. Like it was a different type of creation. Like I learned basically like painting, but on a computer.
Right.
Like typing out things instead of brushing it out.
Right.
So that was really fun. And then learning about like how important graphic design is made me enjoy it even more, because like I'm a problem solver. So if a billboard
well,
looks
not my
crappy,
damn problem.
if a billboard is crappy, I'm gonna look at that billboard and be like, okay, the only thing that's wrong with it is that the words are too big and the picture is too small.
Right.
So it's like, it keeps my mind going. Like it keeps me on a track. It's very consistent. Like graphic design is so consistent. Everyone needs it, and it's everywhere. Juice bottles, this Nike logo, this pattern in my shirt, it's all like design. So it's like very necessary. I'm needed. I'm very important. I'm very important in this society.
See, you got me over here thinking about the bottle graphic design. I'm like, no, damn.
Like you really have to look at things and be like, oh, like everything's intentional. The way this word is really big is intentional because it's the title.
Right.
The way these words are small, they chose this font size for like a reason. They didn't just say, oh, we want tiny words. They wanted to be legible. The font choice, I don't know, maybe I'm a nerd.
Yes, he's a nerd.
Real geeky vibes.
But you cool though, man. So like, what were some of the biggest inspirations for your work though?
So I don't really have many graphic designers that I look up to. Partly because I'm trying to find my own style. And also,
I like that. I really like that.
Also because I'm just now knowing what to do. Like I'm just now knowing what I'm doing. So yeah. But with painting, top 3 artists is Hilma F. Clint. She's old. She's dead. But
you had to say it like that. She's dead. You had to say it like that.
She was like I think she was a 19th century painter. Like in the 1800s or something like that. I forget. But her artwork, you can really see it in my artwork. Like the colors, her things are very bright, vibrant, and she was a spiritualist artist. So her paintings are done from like, I guess, the higher realms. Like she channeled the universe in her artwork. So she did this thing called automatic drawing and automatic painting, where she just painted whatever. She didn't really think about the outcome, but it always came out so pretty, so geometric, and I love shapes. So that reflects in my artwork. And then my next favorite artist is Distorted. She's like based out of Philly. She's really cool. She makes very trippy artwork. Like her logo is like an eye with a swirl in it. She's so cool. She's doing like things with Reebok, and she made some baseball cards with her artwork on it. Like she does different collabs with different people, but it's like people you don't expect. Like the baseball card thing, I wouldn't expect that.
Right.
So, but it's really cool. She's very trendsetter, very much a trendsetter.
Okay.
And then my next favorite artist is Hirohiko Araki. He's a manga artist.
Okay.
He made this anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. It's my favorite anime ever.
Right.
I would reference it every day if I could, if I had the opportunity. But his artwork is very good. Like he, his inspirations were like the Italian Renaissance and like Western culture. So like his characters pose like in Renaissance style. They were like Balenciaga and Gucci, or like these crop tops. Like the men are in crop tops and they're so muscular, but they're like 16, and they're just like posed up, and it's really cool.
How you feel about men in crop tops now?
I like it.
You like it? Okay. Okay then.
I think it's cool. Like I don't know. I think it's like
I ain't wearing no goddamn crop top.
Nah, I want to see every man in a crop top. Like
I'm done with you, man.
Nah, I think it's cool. I think it's like, what's it, unconventional? I like unconventional things because it's like, it's different. Like I don't like when people follow the trends of society. It's like,
I like that.
I like when people are different, or like they don't care about what people think. Cause crop tops, I mean, I don't know. Like Kid Cudi in a crop top. That could very well be my screensaver right now. No one will know.
Kid Cudi goddamn crop top. So what if I put a dress on?
If it's a cute dress, you gotta do it on purpose.
Nah,
don't just put on a.
Hell no, don't put no goddamn dress on. Hell no.
No, I guess it depends.
You right, man. You right. So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years when it pertains to your work?
Well, I want to throw more art shows. I like helping people. That's also why I did graphic design, because I'm into branding. I make logos and business cards, flyers, brand identity, that type of stuff. And I really like helping people like develop themselves, because I really didn't have that. I had to like kind of teach myself. Like with painting, I taught myself. Then I went to school for it, and then I hated it because, you know, there's no personal direction. I have to like, you know, follow what the teachers give me.
Right.
And that's not always what I want to do or can do. But I want to throw art shows to help other artists get their names out there and network. And then eventually I want to have a gallery where I can do similar things, like, you know, have artists put their work in the gallery so that, you know, people can look at their work, follow them, potentially get their work sold, maybe commissioned. And then I also want to keep doing graphic design, and I want to have a branding agency. I used to want to work for a branding agency, and I interned for a branding agency. It was cool. Then I wanted to work for another branding agency. They didn't hire me. So, so I want to I like the idea of like different graphic designers all working together to help people. So that's always cool. I don't always like doing things on my own. So it's like people with common minds coming together, doing the same thing for others. I think that's really nice.
Right.
So just helping people. I want to help people.
Helping people.
Yeah, and then I also want to do murals. I guess that's something that I could probably do now. But in the next 5 years, I'm gonna get better at that.
Okay.
So
speaking to existence, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So what kind of advice can you give to other upcoming graphic designers about their work and their path?
So I guess staying consistent. my biggest thing is making design like a personal thing. Like sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I don't care about what other people got going on. And it's like with graphic design, you have to care about what other people got going on because you're in the business of making things that other people are gonna see.
Right.
So like a billboard, tens of thousands of people are gonna like drive past that billboard.
I see it.
Yeah, and you want it to look good, so those tens of thousands of people can be like, oh, I want to buy that, or oh, I'm interested in that. So you have to put yourself in the consumer's shoes. You have to think like a buyer, think like a consumer.
Right.
But also don't give up, don't give up. But also, if you're tired of waiting, just do it yourself, and just don't be scared of like trying. Learn as much as you can, and go outside. Like just go outside, look at everything, and just take in everything. Like as a consumer, even things you hate, like Crown. Not kidding.
Nah, you like you picking up my liquor.
Like even looking at liquor bottles, like just seeing like how things are made and why people like it. Like I be picking up things in the grocery store. I don't even eat it, but it just looks cute. Like I just want to buy it because of the packaging. Like yeah, I just look at things. Go outside, look at the way people look at other things. Be a problem solver, because the world is full of problems. And
absolutely, I got a problem going on right now.
I cannot solve those problems.
Yeah, you said you're a problem solver, right? So you're gonna let me solve my problems.
I don't have a cape on.
Alright, I can hear that. You're lame ass. But go ahead.
But yeah, just be a problem solver, network, because I just feel like networking is important. Building connections with people is important.
Absolutely.
Having organic connections though is even more important.
Absolutely.
I feel like forcing networking is like forcing yourself to network isn't always like what it's cracked up to be. Because I've networked with a lot of people that I've had to force myself to do, and I got their info and never talked to them again.
Damn. Why is that though?
I don't know. Like I didn't build a relationship with them. I just got their stuff and it was like, okay, I don't need you.
If you didn't reach out to them, how was you gonna build a relationship though?
That's true.
I mean, I just think I don't understand. I mean, somebody help me.
I think it's just me. But yeah, don't be like me. Build those relationships though. If you really want to reach out to somebody, reach out to them. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. And don't don't procrastinate. Don't give up. All the cliche stuff.
Cliche stuff.
But it's true. It's not cliche because it's cliche. It's cliche because it works. People say it over and over again because it works.
Right.
But yeah, mostly though, go outside because everything you need for design is outside.
But what are some of the trials and tribulations you have been through being a graphic designer? I know it seems you brought in some beautiful paintings that we're going to show y'all in just a few seconds. But like, what are some of the trials and tribulations you went through doing that? Was it hard and stuff? Like, just tell me about it.
Yeah. So it's like it's hard for me to sometimes get the drive and the motivation to actually make a design that other people are gonna look at.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know, creative blocks are very, very hard to get past. Yeah. So like at my job, sometimes it's so hard for me to like make a good banner, and you'll go through so many ugly banners. But I guess the thing that worked for me is like not looking at it for a while, or like stepping back, because you gotta get a fresh eye on what you make, so you'll know like the first thought at it. So like I'll step away from a banner that I hate, and then I'll come back and know exactly what to fix on it because I had a fresh eye when I went back to look at it. Let me think, another trial and tribulations. I guess coming out of college, finding a job. That was tricky. I probably applied for like 200 jobs.
Damn.
And 2 people. have called me back since I've graduated, and
But that's the challenge that I talked about, like on my last episode. Of people think, when you go to school, you're guaranteed to get a job in your field, and it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard, though. So I'm glad you just, you told me that, told your experience.
Yeah, it's very, very tricky. Like, especially in the, I guess, well, I don't want to say especially, but specifically, I guess for me, because I have the experience in it, like with art, getting an art degree, I think now it's so pointless. Because art is something that you, not instinctively do, but like, you just create. Like, you don't have to learn how to create things. Like, you have that in you already. Like, you just have to do it. So, but I guess the professional art world is something that people need to have the experience in, like, how to network, how to build a portfolio, how to format a portfolio, things like that.
Right.
And it's like, even after I redid my portfolio, I applied for more jobs. And I've gotten 3 rejection letters. And but it's like, you shouldn't give up from it, because in that time that you are getting those rejections, you can really be progressing yourself. Like, graphic design is something that you can do on your own. You can provide the service for other people without having to be hired by anybody, because they're just hiring you for something that you do. And if you can do it on your own for other people without having to be hired, like, just have a client hire you. You don't have to have a business hire you.
Right.
You can work for yourself and make that money on your own. And freelance, you keep 100% of everything you make. So it's like, but it's just
no middleman. I like that.
Yeah, there is no middleman, but it's like, that's always hard. And like the fear thing you were talking about, like working for yourself, it's like, if things go wrong, you don't really have anything to fall back on.
Facts.
So
facts.
But yeah.
But sometimes the risk is worth the reward.
Yeah, like making your own money, not having to answer to anybody, working for yourself, working from home, working on your own hours, making your own prices. You can really be on your own terms. But it's just putting your foot out there and like doing it. And getting clients is hard too. But you just have to fall.
I mean, about to fall.
And
what the hell you mean just fall?
Put in the work to catch yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, just take the step off the cliff.
You try to make that scene cool in.
No, I did. But it makes sense. I guess it makes sense. But yeah, you just have to like take that risk. Jump off the cliff, and if you put in the work, you're gonna have that parachute when you jump off the cliff. Okay. Yeah, I'm just rambling. But no, just take the risk, like, while you're applying for jobs. Okay. And with the clients you get when you're freelancing, you can put that in your portfolio. Right. And that'll help you get a job. Okay. Like, I guess that's what I'm doing.
Right. I like that, man. So what's your top 5 favorite artists that you listen to on a daily basis?
Daily basis. I listen to so many things every day.
If you had to narrow it down, who would it be?
Well, Kid Cudi, because the crop top.
Kid Cudi.
Yeah. I do like Kid Cudi a lot though. I do love Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD. You like Juice WRLD? I ain't spit.
I have a 999 tattoo.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay then.
I guess I like Don Toliver.
Don Toliver.
I'll hear his music and be like, oh, this is Don Toliver. But it's like all the time, so I guess he's my favorite on accident. But I really like him.
Tomorrow, yes it is.
And then The Weeknd. Okay. And there's this artist called Down to Earth.
Down to Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
DWN.
You said some interesting people. I think I don't listen to none of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. But Kid Cudi. I listen to Kid Cudi though.
God.
That's because I grew up on Kid Cudi.
Yeah, me too.
So that's why I listen to him. But now, man, we're about to get into, this is the first segment that I put this game into, man. So now we're about to get into that. You ready to play this game?
I guess. I
You
mean, do I have a
guess.
choice? No, I'm kidding. I'm ready.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions, right? And the ones you get wrong, you drink. The ones you get right, I take a shot. That's how we're gonna play it. Think you ready for that?
I think so. I'm smart.
I'm telling you, these questions you ain't gonna know, man. You ain't gonna know. Why did? Let me see. I'm gonna pull out these questions, man. I think she don't get it wrong, man. You might well go ahead and pour the liquor up. Pour the liquor up, man.
Oh my god.
Okay. What is Kanye West's highest selling album? A. Graduation. B. College Dropout.
College dropout.
Go ahead and pour up that shot.
For you?
For you.
Oh my god. No.
It's Graduation. Go ahead and pour up that motherfucking shot. Yes, sir. Let's get to it. Okay. What song did Eminem win an Oscar for? A. Lose Yourself. B. My Name Is.
My Name Is.
Wrong
What?
and wrong.
You're cheating.
Nah.
I don't even listen to Eminem.
Pour up another shot. I actually thought you would get that one right. I thought that was gonna be the one for me.
He was not on my top 5.
He's not on mine either, but it's just fun. I told you when I know these questions. I told you it's the whole point. You gotta guess.
Lord.
I get the question that people won't think of. Okay. What team won the finals this year? A. Golden State. B. Boston Celtics.
The Celtics?
And that's another one wrong.
I feel like both of the answers are wrong.
No, Golden State was the right answer. Pour one more shot. Go ahead and pour it up. Pour it up, man. Stop playing with me now.
Oh my god.
You might get this one right though. I don't know. You might get this one right. Like, you ready for it?
I guess so, yeah. Go ahead.
What movie did T.I. play and die in? A. Cutthroat. A. Takers. B. Cutthroat City. Or C. Both.
I'm so nervous. What was the answers again?
A. Takers. B. Cutthroat City. Or C. Both.
B?
Nah. And B what? Cutthroat City? Nah. And pour another shot. You want to pour it up. I actually thought you'd get that wrong. Both. He died in both.
Oh my god, I was gonna say both. Oh my god.
Damn, you know what, Yemaya? I actually thought that you would get me on one of these questions. I thought especially.
So it's gonna be the last
especially one. That one. It might be last one. You might get me last one. She gonna be drunk by the time she leave this motherfucker.
Oh my god. What's the last question?
What was Ice Cube first movie he played in? A. Boys in the Hood. B. Friday.
Friday?
No. And pour up another shot.
I lied. I meant to say A.
Oh man. If you seen Boys in the Hood, right? I think everybody's seen Boys in the Hood. That's a culture movie.
Bits and pieces.
You see how young he was in Boys in the Hood? With the Jerry curls. And Friday he had the Jerry curls. Oh man, so she lost this game. Man, go ahead and pour that shot, man. Let's see it, man. Drink that thing one time, man. Go ahead and drink it. You know, I actually thought she would get one of these correct, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But yeah, man, okay. That's the first time putting that game in. I love that game. It was fun. I thought she'd give me on one of it, man, but she didn't give me nothing on neither one of them, man. So if y'all want to see her paintings, make sure y'all tune into the visual. And that's it, man. We out. Thank you, Yemaya, for coming up here, man, being a special guest for me.
Nope.
My first graphic designer, man. I wish you well. You want to give me social media accounts?
Oh, yeah. So, my Instagram. Well, yeah, it's really just Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's Baramel Giselle. So it's spelled BARAMEL DRIZZEL. And then my art page is Baramel Art. So BARAMELART.
Okay, man. Well, she gave y'all that. Y'all make sure y'all check her out, man. We out. All right.
That was a short episode.
It was my shortest episode.
Oh my god.
But it doesn't matter though. But you go ahead and hey man, try to show the pain right here, man. You gotta show the pain to the camera, man. Pull them beautiful paintings up, man.
So, is it upside down?
No, you should, yeah.
It is. So, I'm not sure I talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead, talk about it.
Well, this was supposed to be a pearl, but I cannot paint a pearl, so it had to be an eye. But this was inspired by the Hilma F. Plant girl I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
She made like these nice pretty rainbows
Mm-hmm.
in her artwork, and then I guess this is my signature. These little squigglies down here.
Mm-hmm.
I put this in every piece. So I guess this is like my form of automatic drawing, because I feel like I have to have control
Right.
over a lot of things. Like I plan out my paintings before I do it,
Mm-hmm.
but this is never planned. Like the direction of how it goes is never planned.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I used to use primary colors in my artwork, and now I've merged into like gradients.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Yeah, this was really an eyeball study.
Right.
I have another one, like an eyeball study,
Mm-hmm.
that has 2 eyeballs on it.
Mm-hmm.
But this was one that I saw on Pinterest. I get everything from Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's an eyeball study. Studied the eyeball,
Right.
and then made my background around it as usual. I
Right.
love blending, so every piece is gonna have like some form of blending in it, like blending colors,
Mm-hmm.
blending backgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
and vibrant colors.
Right. Let's show this one. It's nice though. It's beautiful though.
Thank you. This one is called Toxic Love.
Toxic love.
Yeah, it's about like, wanting to separate, but also not wanting to
You ever been in
separate.
toxic love?
Yes. Unfortunately.
I think we all have,
Yeah. But yeah, it's about like, needing to split,
Mm-hmm.
but also being sad about splitting.
Mm.
So, you see their faces, they're depressed. They got mags because they're tired of each other.
Mm.
But I figured out the concept after I made the painting.
Right.
I do these faces a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I got the inspiration from Pinterest. I saw like a girl that had like 2 faces split apart.
Right.
So I was like, let me try to make that. Like, let me try to see if I can do it.
Right.
So, yeah. And, my use of gradients, blending colors,
Mm-hmm.
the squiggly lines.
Right.
Yeah. I just really like this because it's vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a little heart down here.
Right.
But yeah. Most of my artwork really doesn't have like a concept. I really don't paint from emotion or anything like that. Like,
why not though? You never been through no heartbreak or pain or real pain
yeah,
or
but
something?
I don't know how to paint it. I just cry.
You just crying out? You're emotional.
I'm
Just crying out. Just crying out.
I cry in private,
Yeah,
No one
that's
knows
good.
I'm going through heartbreak.
Right.
I'd be like, but on the inside, I'd be like,
You fuck nigga free.
yeah. But
Okay.
and then the third piece is me with champagne on my fish, but no one can see it. But yeah, this is a self-portrait. I made this before I made the last two paintings. But this is my second self-portrait, like of my face. I've made, actually no, third. I've made like a self-portrait as me as a butterfly, like, you know, for transformation.
You always love butterflies, eh? I always love butterflies.
Butterflies are like angels to me. So, yeah. I think it's me surrounded by angels, but they're butterflies. I really love butterflies.
I know you do. I know you do.
Yeah. And you know, you got the squiggly lines. This was more so an experiment. All of my paintings are really experiments. I try to see if I can do something, and then it ends up looking good, so I just continue. So the experiment was really the butterflies in me. This was the first painting that I did freehand. Like I didn't sketch anything out. I looked in the mirror and I just like painted the shape of my head. And then every day I painted, I looked in the mirror to make like my features. So it kind of looks like me, but it kind of doesn't. Cause I guess it's like a mirrored version of me. So maybe it looks funny. I don't know. But my second time making braids. But these are better braids than I've made before. So yeah, it's really all experimental. It's not emotional, it's experimental.
I like that.
So yeah. And hopefully I can make more paintings. I'm going through a major art block right now. Like I haven't painted all year. It's very sad.
Very sad, man. Well, hey, we gonna get through it, man. You know, we here to help, man. I know it's your first time, probably first podcast, stuff like that. But next time you'll come up here, you know, we'll see growth. I think you said in one of these paintings that you can do what was it in this one?
A pearl.
A pearl. Next time you come up here, you'll know how to do a pearl. It's all about growth, man. We all gotta start somewhere. Yeah. And we all gotta help each other grow. That's the main part. All these other people, man, they already rich, they already famous, but we gotta help each other, you know, get there. You know
it's more fun that way.
Yeah, we all gotta help each other get there. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main point. But that's it, man. For the visual, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all go and support Yemaya on her journey, and that's that. And we out. I'm gonna go ahead and finish.